Hey there, I hope you are having a splendid day. Today we're going to talk about all the updates within the Style Former Data tab and all of those updates within Google Data Studio. But first, I just wanted to show you really quickly that I've launched my first course, all about how to build in double time. It's over 30 lessons of how to go faster, how to build more within Data Studio. You will find a link down below. And I'm really excited to launch this course just because I think it's something that a lot of people forget is that you spend a lot of time doing repetitive things that people just frankly you don't need to do. You can copy things, you can paste things, you can use the theme and layout settings to speed up how fast you can build a report that looks beautiful and is functional. A lot of strategy involved as well. So without further ado, let's hop right in to how to think about these new updates. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're looking at this is we have this new section on the far right where you see setup and style and all that jazz. These are the sections, I'm clicking over here on the far right, that are new. It's now called setup instead of data. Not a huge problem overall, but there are a couple of things that you're going to notice. And the biggest one is on the far right, you will see a data tab. That data tab is where you can see all of your data sources in general. And I will just let you know right now is I was actually editing inside of a report when this update was pushed. And I was losing my mind. I thought I'd like broken something, like the entire fundamentals of Data Studio. And so I was just like, what is happening? And so then I realized kind of what was happening at a later point. And so the one thing I wanted to just point out is that it's great when you have a few data sources. So if you like, this is where you want to really make sure that you want to go up to manage your added data sources. You want to make sure that you're looking at all of these things as being useful. Like right here, I've got this one with zero charts. Let's delete those. Like there's no point in having them. We want to keep things clean because now you see it all the time. Before it was in the background and you're like, oh, I have blended data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're all guilty of that. And so we just want to make sure that we clean things up now as opposed to just letting things fester in the background. So the one thing you want to remember is that when you search, you type in like page views. Let's just type in like page view or views. Is that now it's going to bring up every single page views field that is called page views. But the problem is that if you drag something that is not your current data source into it, it's not going to work, right? Because of it's at the wrong data source. So that's where like by default, I'm a searcher on the far right side. I'm gonna have to learn to do a search within here to now add in like the page views, for example, here, as opposed to looking up here because it brings out every single one. But if you know your data sources now, the beauty is that you're able to search for the field you want. If you know which data source it's in, you can grab it. I just don't see that many people that are constantly switching between data sources, and that's where I'm like, I wish you could collapse this thing out, right? I wish you could say, hey, I don't want to actually see this anymore. I want to hide it, and I wish they'd have the ability to move the actual column thing farther over to the left, because frankly, like this is where we spend most of our time, and now the style tab is so small that you're in here trying to finesse each and every single one of these. So again, just something to think about, something to do. They also like rearranged how these table colors work. So in general, just in something to think about. And they have a few more checkboxes here where you can have like compact pagination now. So before it was just normal show pagination, and now you have compact pagination, which I don't really it moves it down like a few pixels. I don't fully understand when or how to use it. So this is just a quick overview of these two things, my quick thoughts, and I hope it was at least a little bit helpful for you to at least, I don't know that A, it exists. B, if you see any courses that have data instead of setup, that's the reason why. And I look forward to seeing how people use this new function of seeing every single data source in the window all the time whenever you're editing. It could be a pain, it could be a godsend, so we'll find out. All right, without further ado, have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys next week.